Good evening, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to tonight's segment of Outside the Box Facebook. I'm so happy to have you here. We're streaming live from YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So I want to make sure everybody gets in and gets a part of this discussion. Make sure you basically just tune in. It's going to be a great show, great show. And for those of you meeting me for the very first time, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Story Devereaux. I am the Stowe and Stowe Inc. Creatives. I'm very excited about our company. Our company is a company that creates products and experiences that inspire and incite mindfulness, wellness, and freedom. So with me tonight, I have the cutest moderator. She's going to be in the moderating spirit tonight. So therefore, any kind of comments, y'all keep it light. Y'all keep it cute because she will block you and she will block you forever, and she will do it with a smile. So I'm very excited to have all of you guys here. Please note that I'm operating from a whole different setup, so I can only read some of the comments in fragments. So make sure you are totally tuned in. I'm very excited, very excited. Tonight's topic of conversation, Holy Spirit. Listen. Let me just throw this disclaimer out there, right? This space is a community space, right? We have conversations about things that happen in our community amongst community. So keep in mind, I don't mince words. I'm only going to be as respectful as I can because I respect that Pastor Michael Todd is a man of the cloth, and I want to make sure that I keep it respectful. But at the same time, I'm only going to tell you the truth and give it to you in the perspective and how I see it, and you can chop and screw it whichever way you want to do it. Right now, first and foremost, let's talk about who is Michael Todd. Because see, the way I see it is that a lot of people didn't even know who he was prior to this entire situation that happened last Sunday at one of his churches. I'm sorry, at his church, at his home church. And nobody even knew who Pastor Todd was. So the only time you really get to see who this man is when something controversial happens. So what I did before I even started to go live with you guys tonight is just take an investigation and find out who Pastor Michael Todd is. And I'm going to give you some information on who he is first before we even get into the controversy of it all. Because my thing is this: we have to start making informed, intelligent conversations before we see things that kind of give us shock value. And if we're going to have that shock value, at least have some kind of background and knowing that, okay, this is exactly who this man is what he's all about, and the whole nine, right? So let's talk about Pastor Michael Todd. Pastor Michael Todd, along with his wife Natalie, have been lead pastors of Transformation Church based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Since February of 2015, their personal philosophy and driving passion is representing God to the lost and found for transformation in Christ. Now, in 2016, the Todds became famous from a series called Relationship Goals, and the success of that sermon allowed them to gain major influence. I think Pastor Todd currently has like 1 million followers on Instagram. In addition, his church is humongous in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In addition, the book he actually wrote for Relationship Goals, not only was it #1 for 13 straight weeks on Amazon and on the New York Times bestseller, on the New York Times bestseller list, they cut a single, and the single was not 10 on the Billboard R&B charts. Now, that's next level to me because I've never heard of a church that actually did so much just from that specific, just from having one subject and just kind of expanding that all the way to Billboard, because naturally it was on the R&B charts. But if you guys have heard the song, I'll probably drop that in the comment section below. Now, just to note, Pastor Todd and his church have donated an amazing amount of money to a lot of charitable organizations. They believe in communal effort. So a lot of what they do for their church is that they basically buy up a lot of the properties, a lot of those different types of areas that they have in the specific areas where they are, where they're located, where they're not located. You know what I'm saying? And also, they've been donating money. So I want to highlight that and just let you know who Pastor Todd is. Now, let's talk about what in hell happened on last Sunday. Okay. Because for me, the name of the sermon was called Receiving a Vision from God Might Get Nasty. For those of you who don't know, that's what the story was. That's what the sermon was about. That's the storyline. That's the premise in his sermon. So let's talk about that. Because at the end of the day, the first question that people will ask me, and you will probably ask me in the comment section, is did I watch the sermon? Yes, I watched the sermon. Because again, we cannot make informed decisions, informed opinions, or even just have a conversation with other individuals if we don't know the foundation of what has come as a result of this. Now I'm going somewhere with this, so I want you to just follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. All right, let's get a little bit into the sermon. Now, he talks a great deal in his sermon about vision, right? And he's most confident. He said this in his sermon that he's most confident when he's prophesying about vision. He said that if you have a vision for the people, you will damage the people. Now, I want to check. I'm going somewhere, so follow me because this is good, right? He also spoke about lack of progression because of lack of vision, right? So with that, talked about lack of vision. He said vision is being the operative word. And that's something that was the operative word to me in the sermon, vision. Okay. So as he's prepared this sermon, he didn't come from a spiritual place. He said he actually got the inspiration from a song called I Can See Clearly Now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. That song. He got the words. He felt it. He felt moved by it. And something that stood out to me was when he said that he didn't get it from a spiritual place. You get that? He didn't get this word from a spiritual place. That stuck out to me because to me, I always thought that when you are based in the church or you are a leader of a flock of people, your inspiration as a Christian or as a spiritual believer should always come from a spiritual place. So forgive me if I'm not completely enthralled with how he came about to the sermon. Because again, I attend church. A lot of my friends attend church. I wasn't specifically raised in the church, but I understand the inner workings of how certain things come to be in the church as it relates to different types of sermons. That's why pastors have studies. That's why they have a whole lot of other things going on when it comes to writing these sermons. Because again, you are leading a flock of people. So again, you go back to this didn't come from a spiritual place. This was more of an inspiration where he got it from a song. So I understood that part. Now, let's go a little bit further. He said that we make dumb decisions because we can't see the vision. We make dumb decisions because we can't see the vision. That is something, the levels in that for me. We make dumb decisions because we lack the vision. So help me understand that this man said that in this sermon, he didn't get this from a spiritual place, and we make dumb decisions because we lack vision. You follow me here? Is anybody following me? In the comment section, please, please, please let me know what you think about that, because honestly, I don't see how it parallels, okay? But I also see what decisions he's made that may not have been the best decision at all, right? So it's going somewhere. Let's go with this. He said the lack is because of clarity. He said the lack is because of clarity from vision from God. And when you see vision and its clarity, you can correct all your wrong. Okay. That is the premise of the sermon. He's talking about vision, and things can get nasty before the vision occurs, right? And when God gives you a vision, things around it can get nasty. Okay, I wanted to give you the core, the meat of what that is. Okay, so let's get right into it. After he made his position in what his sermon was about, he then called one of the churchgoers on the stage. And then he had this man stand here as his parishioners and the congregation were looking on. And he was ministering, if you would. and he proceeded to hawk up amazing amounts. I don't even know where he got that much freaking phlegm and mucus from, but amazing amounts, okay, of phlegm and mucus. And as he proceeded to wipe this mucus and this phlegm on this man's face, he said to the congregation, see, the way you reacted, that's the way people are going to react to you when God gives you a vision. Well, I understood that, but no, hell no. No, 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 no. I don't accept it. It's ridiculous. It's preposterous. It's absurd. It's shock value. So again, I said earlier, I'm going to respect the man of the cloth, no doubt. But keep in mind, I'm saying what the hell I'm saying with purpose. You're not going to tell me that God gave you that vision, because see, your whole sermon was about vision, right? Your whole sermon was based on, I am my best self when I'm prophesying about vision. So if you were prophesying about vision, how in the world did you not consult the creator when this happened? Because for me, if you didn't consult God in the beginning of your sermon, I have to question the validity of the entire sermon altogether. That's it. I have to question the validity of the sermon, because for me, if you didn't get it from a spiritual place, where'd you get it from? To me, I heard a lot of what he does and what he does for the church. He mentions God, but I also pay attention to behavior. Now, Marvin Sapp had, I think it was a post that read, a man goes viral. No, sorry, correction. Let me quote it. Let me see if I can quote it correctly. He said, a man gives people millions of dollars. No one knows a thing about it. There's no viral video behind that. But a man uses spit in a sermon. The video goes viral. Well, yeah, Pastor Sapp, it would. It would. Because in a time where there's COVID-19, in a time where we are in the third winter of this pandemic, in a time where we need to be more careful than careless, in a time where we need to be a little more in sync with the universe, in sync with God, in sync with the creator. You're not going to tell me that it made logical sense. Not only was it disgusting, but you humiliated that man. So when he goes on to identify with the fact that this is a awful, 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 awful sermon, he decides on Monday that he wants to apologize. Now, see, here's where I have the problem at, because I feel like this. If you were so devout in what you felt, you were supposed to stand on what you believed, and you weren't supposed to back down from it. The one thing I can truly say about Jacquees that I like is that no matter what anybody says about his singing, he's not going to stop singing. He's not going to let you change his mind. That's why I kind of like bro, because he doesn't let anybody shake him up. So in my opinion, if you, Pastor Todd, are so convicted about vision and you're so connected to vision, please, brother, help me understand why you thought that that specific thing was the vision that you needed to carry out, because you don't even believe it yourself, because you apologized. You apologized. That's like Kanye West saying Bush doesn't care about black people. And then he turned around and he apologized for, no, you stand on what you said. Just like I went back and forth about this video. No, I'm going to stand on it, because here's the reality. The Christian faith is always under attack because of the hypocrisy, right? Always under attack. So my thing is, why not proceed in the fashion that you know you should proceed in? Because what I saw was shock value. Now everybody knows who Pastor Michael Todd is. He said in his apology on Monday that go back into the video, see what it is that I said, and see if you can get something from that. Well, We went back into the video, we saw what you said, and I'm gonna be real with you. There was some flat out valid key points. I was with the brother until the spit. I was with him because it made sense. But no, indeed. He kept going. He kept going. No pause, no chill, no nothing. And more into his apology, he said that the man that he had wiped spit on his face, he said the man was bald headed before, and then after. That was a way for him to say he's not Jesus, which I understood. I can understand that point. But again, you apologize for it. And I even took a picture of, a mental picture of the way he was sitting in his video. He was slunched over and the hood on the head with the hat, very humble. And a lot of times I know that working in this particular profession, there are certain things that you can do that appeal to people and their better nature when you know you've pretty much upset a group of individuals, right? You know that you've upset a group of individuals. So you pretty much know. Okay. Honestly, I was going to make a point that, but I'm not going to even touch that because honestly, when you've done something wrong, you knew it when you did it. So I'm not interested in apologies. Let's talk about what is more toxic, though, because people keep talking about Pastor Michael Todd, Pastor Michael Todd, Pastor Michael Todd. Let's talk about what's really toxic. Let's talk about the people that make it okay. The people that are on Twitter saying, "Oh, I'm with you, brother. I love the sermon. I'm blah, 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 blah." And I'm thinking to myself, how is it that you can knowingly support someone in an action that humiliates a person? What kind of God you serve? That's a permissible thing, because I don't see God in that fashion. I don't see God in that way, right? So I'm going to hold a thought right there, and I'm going to go to your comments because I am really interested to hear what some of you guys are saying. I see about 30 comments in the comments section. Let's see here. Let's see. Good evening. All these faces. Hello. My God. All right. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Kim. Hi, Brandy. Hello. Let's see here. Toby, who we talking about? Okay, just dang on nasty. You're absolutely right. Let's laugh out loud. The only reason I'm here is because of my love for you and Toby. This story still makes me gag every time I hear about it. Dark Angel, I feel the same identical way. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Stowe, he had a bad day at work and his message fell flat that day. Also, his message may not have come from the spirit, God, but the spirit of something. It's a lot of spirits out here. Amen. It is indeed. Amen. Good evening, Warren. Good evening. Thank you for being here, Dark Angel. Indeed. So yes, I have to agree. So let's get back to it, right? So in my perfect opinion, again, I said in the beginning of this live that I didn't want to just badmouth the man and just drag him all over my social medias, because I could very well do that. Because at the end of the day, when I did read about some of the things that he has done, he's done some amazing things. And I'm very proud to see those things. Howsoever, my mama used to tell me, if it walk like a duck and it quack like a duck, it's a damn duck. We're not going to sit here. Again, I'm not mincing words. That sermon was ego driven. That sermon had nothing to do with God. In my perfect opinion, I think that ultimately he had an idea, but like Brandy said, it fell flat. I just don't see what, again, I'm a person who has been viral a ton of times, okay? Obviously, this is why we're here tonight, right? You guys know me from a ton of viral videos, right? Right. The only time viral videos go viral is when they're I'm sorry, let me correct myself. Most viral videos can go viral without them being intentional And some of them are intentional, right? Now, me slipping and falling on a bridge, that wasn't intentional. Now, a message on TikTok that I know is going to resonate at a specific time, if I post it at a specific time, a specific hour with a specific hashtag, that's intentional. Let me say that again. There's a difference between being intentional and being unintentional when it comes down to viral videos. He did it with intention. He got up that morning, he showered, he put his suit on, went to church, drove his car to church. He sat at his study, he went over his notes, and he went forth with it. And then when he came back and apologized, he did it with intention. So with that, I can only believe that this is absolutely connected to what you intentionally did, meaning you wanted this to go viral. You wanted people to know this. This was this what you did, is your mechanism. And it worked. But here's my problem. Here's my problem. A lot of times at the church, excuse me, a lot of times with the church, the message gets lost, which is other people get lost. A lot of times you don't see folks in church because it ain't no God in the church. Just a whole bunch of people. Now, I know that hurts for a lot of Christians that may watch this, but I'm not speaking, and again, I'm not speaking against the church as a whole. I'm talking about the problem, why you're not bringing more people into the church with purpose and validity. Because a lot of people are there for the wrong reason. A lot of us substitute mental health for church, or church for mental help, if you would. That's what happens. And when we're dealing in a society where right now everything is out of whack, and you claim to be the spirit leader of the one true God himself, you better come with your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because no one believes you anymore. And that is the biggest problem with the church. No one believes you. Some of them do, but you think that those are the only ones that are going to heaven because they believe what you teach them. Forget the fact that there are so many other people who are lost out here that the church does not help. I can recall Mr. Osteen not wanting to open his church at one point. And I know you remember that story. And again, I'm not here to highlight all the negative that the church does. What I am here to highlight is when people stay away from the church. Somehow the Trinity lost: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And it just so happens Trinity Candles by Stovey Inc. Creatives on our website for $25. www.stoveyinc.com. Back to our regularly scheduled program. But the point is, no, seriously, go buy the candles. All jokes aside, we need you to buy the candles. We got to pay the bills around here. Stovey Inc. Creative sponsors this whole groove, so please go and buy our candles. Okay, every candle on the site right now is $25, as well as soaps are on sale and everything else. So make sure you do that. So back to the point. People don't believe in the Trinity anymore. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? Can you blame why it is that people don't support it anymore? I can't. So I see that there are more comments in the comment section, and I am interested in what you have to say. Hey, Lavinia, I have been well, darling. His ego means working and self-prideful with spirit. Yes, indeed. Brandy, can we talk about Ghislaine Maxwell and these secret 8 people? Yes, we can. That is actually a part of tonight's topic, because I'm going to wrap Michael Todd up. We can go ahead on and move on, because I said what I said about bro. Hey, I'm late. Please inform me on what Spitgate is. Well, Chad, good evening, and thank you for tuning in. Actually, Spitgate is about Pastor Michael Todd. He was the pastor who was, he went viral for a sermon where he used spit to wipe in the faces of wiping the face of a churchgoer to make a point for his church. And I believe that the name of the sermon again was receiving a vision from God might get nasty. That's what it was about. You can actually check that out on YouTube. I ain't gonna put that in my comment section because I ain't gonna get that no more life. So I said what I said about Pastor Michael Todd. Let's move on to one more thing, and then we can go over to Ghislaine Maxwell because I'd like to touch that too. Mitch McConnell, my bad, was on a video and he said, I guess they asked him about the African American vote. He said African Americans African Americans are voting just as much as Americans. I said, well, I'm not African Americans. Oh, okay. You ain't include us in that? We ain't included? Oh, okay. Well, that's cute. But you know what? You can't get mad at that. You want to know why? Because you already know Bitch McConnell is this person. You already know that this is who he is. One of the things I want us to do as a community is stop getting upset about stupid shit. Because at the end of the day, they're going to say what they're going to say. The best thing that you can do for your community is not become what you hate. My wife says that all the time. Don't become what you hate, right? So you can't really get all riled up and wrapped up and bent out of shape with what someone says about Black, because don't talk about Black until Black is no longer Black. And that is when the sun explodes and this earth stops rotating on its axis. They're going to talk about you until the world burns. The only thing you can do is continue in the effort, but as you have continued and become a force to be reckoned with, something or someone that leaves a legacy. That's the only thing I'm interested in. But I just want to touch on McConnell for a minute because I saw people getting wildly upset about it. But then I'm like, well, why are you upset? It's what he does. It's what the hell he does. All right. So, and I think Sam, hey, Sam, good to see you, Sam. It wasn't his first time doing this. As a matter of fact, you're absolutely right. This was another time. So he just keeps going on and on and on. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Let me go down here some. So there's a lot. There's a lot here. Whoa, honey, you have revitalized TGI Friday. I'm about to smart cast you to my television. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Smartcast the sister. As a matter of fact, let's take a quick intermission. What I'd like for you to do, if you are on your cell phones, if you are on your tablets, wherever you are, please go and like us on subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on all our social media accounts. And if you don't feel like doing that, just share this video. Just share the video, share the video, share the video. Dig? I think it is a great. Every Friday we'll be doing this, okay? So you guys will know I'm taking everything that I used to do live is pretty much in this fashion, in this format, and I get to talk to you on a real level where you guys can actually relate. And then there's a comment section for you guys to actually just be all involved in, you dig? So I'm very excited about what's to come for this particular channel. I'm super duper duper excited. Can't post comments to some can't post comments to some destinations. Okay. Thank you so very much, StreamYard, for telling me that. In addition, let's see what else are you guys saying. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, always be close. ABC, always be closing. All right, okay. All right. So I am very excited to move on to newer things and what's to come for Stovey Inc. Creatives. And this is just still our intermission we're in. I'm just telling you about the products that we're actually releasing. Black History Month is coming. Black History Month is coming, and I'm super excited about it because we got some special things coming, as well as Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day along with my birthday. Those of you who are Aquarius, stand up. Huh? Yes, that's right, because we're the best. Huh? Let me tell y'all something that Toby said the other day. So check it. All of my stuff, moonrise and all that, right? It's all in Aquarius, right? So I said that there are no other Aquariuses. I am one true Aquarius. And she said that that's probably the most Aquarius thing I've ever heard anybody say. And sis was right. Wife sis was right. Wife sis was right. So with that, cool. So, but that was fun. That was a funny thing. So for those of you who have birthdays, happy birthday this month. Aquarians. I know Sam's birthday. He's an Aquarius. I'm very excited. Happy birthday, Sam. I know it's coming out. Oron. My brother Oron is in the building. Y'all, Oron is probably one of the most insightful others on my Facebook timeline. This brother always has something super duper profound and prolific to say. Greetings, brother Oron. It is good to see you this evening. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see what you all are saying so I can get back into my Facebook. Me blocked for 30 days. Took my page. What? What? Get it together. Get it together. All right, let's move on to the next subject. All right. Let's talk about Ghislaine Maxwell. First of all, I said this before. Now, white sis, she got a ledger somewhere, a manifest of everybody that was on that island, Pedo Island. Everybody that was over there. So these 8 people, child, listen. And they're trying to declare it a mistrial. Did you see that? Why is it always that when there's some fragile white woman who's got some semblance of some power, or she's in some kind of distress, somebody's always running to her aid to save her ass? Every time. Now, I'm sure if I didn't know no better, she got this thing set up. And this thing is set up to where if she goes to jail, she dropping dimes on everybody. You can believe that. She gonna drop dimes on her last person that was on that island in that space. And when I tell you, it's gonna open up a whole can of worms in the United States of America. Now, mind you, the queen has already separated herself from the prince because his name done came up. She didn't separated herself. It's like, no, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Nope, because she don't want that smoke, right? But she know what the hell went down. Everybody know the queen know. She know. Sis know. Oh, sis know. Oh, sis know. You ain't gonna tell me that she don't. I think she knows. But at the same time, I feel like they're going to protect her at all costs because I'm going to tell you why. The people that she's in cahoots with are some very influential and powerful people. And if dimes get dropped, bodies gonna drop. You're just gonna start seeing them shits fall out the sky, honey. Bodies is gonna get dropped, sugar. It is gonna get done. Okay. You're not gonna see it come back. It's gonna be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem. So, in my perfect opinion, I personally believe that she knows more than any. I think well, my bro said this is bigger than Nino Brown. Listen, bro, this is some deep shit right here. Because sis is gonna drop dimes on everybody. She's telling on everybody. So you rest assured. And when you look up her background, she comes from a prominent background. She ain't no shabby ass woman. She comes from a family with some power. So with that, I mean, because come on, when you think about things like that, most times you dealing with these kinds of situations, you know these people are dealing with the power that you can't touch. You got to be some old rich ass, put down a 1, carry the 2 with the commas. You got to be big in order to even get involved in this kind of madness when it comes to what she's being accused of or what she's going to be prosecuted for, right? But at the same time, they're not going to let anything happen to her. They're not going to let anything happen to her. They're not. So let me see what you guys are saying. She knows I watch The Crown. The queen don't like Prince or Archie. You can believe that. No, she don't, babe. She don't. She doesn't at all. Hugh Hefner died and took all the skeletons with him, and she's the last left that we know. Let me tell you something. Not only does she have all the skeletons, I think all of them know where the bodies are. Let me tell you something. I think they know. I think they absolutely know. I think they absolutely know. But here's a telltale thing. And in no way, and I want to say this because I don't want y'all to think I'm advocating for R. Kelly at all. Let's talk about R. Kelly. Let's parallel the two situations right now, right? R. Kelly is going up the river. You can believe that. He is going up the river, baby. And when I tell you up the river, he ain't gonna get no pass, not gonna get a get out of jail free card. He not gonna pass, he's going straight to jail. He can't pass, go and collect $200. He's going to jail with a Y. He going to jail, okay, for a long time. Long time. He didn't do nothing no different than that, but the hell they did. Trafficking, drugs, all of that. R. Kelly's ex-wife, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. Put it in the comments section if y'all know. But y'all, she didn't do anything any different than what Ghislaine Maxwell did for Homeboy, right? She didn't do anything different, not at all. Now, here's my groove. R. Kelly's ass need to stay in jail. All of them need to go jail. Anytime you have some type of anytime there is an attack against women, then I'm inclined to believe that people should suffer the consequence from it. Far too often as women, we endure all kinds of abuse, verbally, physically, spiritual abuse, and our abuse is not taken literally. You dig? When I think about R. Kelly and when I think about Ghislaine Maxwell and the whole situation, I think about all of the women that were involved in this process, all the women that were abused, because you imagine how much counseling it takes to get back to some semblance of normalcy when something like that happens to you. You dig? I say that because I'm speaking from a place of experience. I know, and I speak this openly, so I don't want you to be shocked and, oh Lord, story, oh Lord. No, I speak from a place of openness because I believe life and stories can only have healing power when you put them out there and heal other people with those same stories. I'm a victim of molestation and rape, so I know what that feels like. So when I see a lot of the stories not taken seriously, then therein lies a problem. Because what you're doing is that you're no longer validating the lives of these women. You're no longer validating, you're no longer suggesting that they have the ability to tell the truth and speak their stories in the way that they can. So you decide for yourself what those stories look like or what those stories should be based on your level of comfortability. So when I think about these stories, I think about all of the women that were abused in the process, what has happened as a result of abuse by women. It's been going on for years, fucking years. So Me Too comes around and it starts putting people in their place. But here's another part. Bill Cosby. Then there's that. Then there's all these stories about how women were abused and drugged and this, all these stories, all these stories. And not once do I see many people go to jail as a result of them. But the one person, the two that did go to jail, they was black. Huh? They were black. R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and what's the director's name? The other fella up in New York, the big one. I can't think of his name. He's on his way there too. I think he's in jail now, but he's not white. But again, who better to lead that charge than black men? Because somehow, some way, we are responsible for all of the crazy that goes on, right? They leave that burden on black people consistently. It becomes a part of our narrative. It's etched into American society that Black men and Black women are no longer validated in what they feel. Why do we know this? Because we keep seeing the same thing happen over and over again. It really doesn't matter what we are doing and what we're not doing. What we know is what society does not tell us. What we know is what society does not validate, right? We know that. So let's go to your comments and let's see what you guys are saying. All right, let's go back up some because you guys are talking. I also believe that R. Kelly is being silenced because he's also witnessed lots. He's a peon compared to what Mrs. Maxwell knows and who she's affiliated with. I believe the court systems are working to silence him because not only is he an offender, but he's a witness. Ooh. That's why people are separating themselves from him. You know, there's a whole lot of, but you know what? Let me just piggyback off that and I'll go back to the comments. You know what, Chad? Thank you for that comment. It's a whole lot of, that going on. You dig? It's a whole lot of people separating themselves from R. Kelly because Hollywood is known and riddled in that. It's riddled in it. You dig? It's riddled in it. So this is not anything new. What's new is just that everybody has cameras. People are more open about it. It's coming to the forefront. So now we know it more now than ever before. So thank you for that, Chad. Let's see. It's not just what R. Kelly listed for, but what others have made him feel comfortable with. And not just those around him. I mean, other celebrities. It's like the uncle the fam has. Hey, Lyrical Linus, thank you for being here, sis. That's absolutely right. Thank you. Harvey Weinstein, Toby. Thank you. They've glorified Ghislaine Maxwell, Hugh Hefner, the one that killed himself and the crippled one, but vilified Bill and R. Kelly. Word up. Okay. I agree. I agree with a lot of what everybody's saying. I think that as a body of people, I really, again, as a woman, more than anything, I do feel like there should be a little more attention to our stories, and I'm gonna share this with you because my time is actually almost 15 minutes down to the show time because we're coming to a close. And I'm gonna share this. When I was a young girl, I was introduced to molestation when I was roughly about 6 years old, and again at 9, and again at 12. And these were men who I trusted, men who I saw as protectors. And the sad piece of that is that's usually the story with a lot of women. We tend to have these trusting relationships with men who violate who we are, right? Who violate our person. And we don't necessarily deal with the abuse until it starts to manifest itself in our lives, right? We go silenced, we go quiet, we don't share our stories, we don't share anything. We just want it to go away technically, right? So a part of me, and I've been in counseling for the past some weeks now, a part of me is so happy that I chose mental help and therapy because it really opened a door to a lot of the things that I didn't even think I knew about myself, things that I had suppressed in my memories and in my heart and in my mind that I had to become, because I had to ask myself, who am I, right? Who am I amongst all of the abuse, amongst all of the hardship and the heartache? Because that's not my story. It's only a part of my story, right? It can't just be, oh, this is all that has happened to you. You can only live in this life. You can only live on this plane with this specific thing. But if you're not careful, that specific thing can hold you down, right? It can hold you down. And I'm glad I went to therapy because my doctor opened up a ton of things about myself that I didn't know, things that I came to love about myself, which is why I'm able to sit so confidently in front of you right now and speak to you directly with no problem, because I know who I am and I know that there is a purpose for my life. So when I think about a lot of these women and their stories that are not validated, I think of it, I look at them as chapters in a whole lot of books for people. Chapters that sometimes people, if when you're in school, you skip over a specific subject because you don't really want to read that one. That's what happens with women a lot. They skip over the subject. They don't want to read it no more. So that's been my story. But no, I'm sorry. That's been a part of my story. And I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to share that openly with no problem, because again, I know who I am. And I know that that abuse and that spiritual abuse and that trust in it, those things have been restored in my life. I can sit confidently and say that those things are restored in my life. So I can only hope that those women who are impacted, those of you who are watching, I pray that at some point, if you have not been, that you are restored whole. How can you be made whole after you trust someone that violates you? How can you be made whole? Dig? And I want that for you. I see that for you. I pray that for your life. No doubt about it. So I'm going to read some of your comments and I'm going to move on. Excuse me. It's let's see here. There we go. They don't care how what they do makes people feel. All they care about is being exposed. Why else would the allegations go on for years and years and years? Indeed. Let's see. All right. All right. Just put that right there. Okay. So check it. I have all of 10 minutes remaining. So with that, I pray that you guys got something from this show. I want to kind of highlight for you what this show is for the next few minutes so that you can know next Friday what to expect. You're going to always get this vibe. We're working on a music portion of it, but what we learned when we actually went back and looked at some of the videos, the music kind of muffled in the feed. So we don't want to give a bad sound quality. I think this week we've pretty much stepped up our sound quality, and I hope that you guys can hear me well, which I kind of feel like you can. So that's really good. In addition, the products that we sell here, the goal for this podcast is that we're thinking outside the box, right? We're coming outside of the box. Those of you who know, Stovey Inc. Creatives has a brick and mortar at Box Hill, and that's located in Chicago on 51st and Calumet. So we're partnered with that specific location that this has a wonderful array and a pod of Black-owned businesses, and we partner with them to bring forth a lot of great time, a lot of communal effort as it relates to Black-owned businesses and what we can give back as a community and also make money in the process. So what we look to do for this website or for this specific streaming podcast and for our website is we love to partner with Black-owned businesses. So with that, you won't just always see our products. Sometimes we'll want to highlight another product that we think is really, really dope and we want people to know. And I think that's important because as God gives to us, we want to give back to the platform. We want to use this platform to give back to other people. So with that, you will be seeing a whole lot more. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, these are our Trinity candles. This is the product of the evening. As you can see, let's see if I can get a good... Come on, there you go. If you can see that, that's beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Look at that wick. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's a beautiful candle. This is actually one of my favorite candles. It is made from a cranberry and orange marmalade in conjunction with the woodsy scent. So it has a very sweet but yet woodsy feel in it. I'm a fan of any type of scents that are woodsy and sweet that gives a good aromatic smell to your entire house. This candle burns for 60 hours. So please, if you are interested, please make sure you go to www.stovieinc.com and purchase yourself a candle. They are $25 on the website. These candles, and when you purchase things from us, it allows us to keep these kinds of things going. So the more you support, the more we can grow. And we thank you for every single solitary thing you do. And as you continue to move forward in your weekend, please make sure you wear a mask. Wear a mask. Make sure you stay safe. Stay safe. I know we out here, we tired, everybody tired of COVID. I know I am. I am tired of COVID. But make sure you stay safe and make sure love on each other. You dig? So I'm just excited. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for what's to come. That was beautiful. Thank you for the message. Your resilience exudes and manifests in many arts. You are a blessing. Oh, thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Chad. That was the sweetest. I sure appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will be back here at 8 o'clock next week with more topics, more products, more fabulousness, and more updated. Oh, we have a giveaway next week. This week we didn't do giveaways because we actually have something special coming up. For those of you who don't know, Black History Month is underway, as well as Valentine's Day. So we have a whole array of new products that we are going to be introducing to you guys. Please make sure you tune in. I'm going to buy a candle or two when I get paid. Hallelujah. So we have Black History Month coming up. And again, we have some really awesome products that we're looking forward to just introducing you to. I'm excited. Toby's excited. Yes. So tune in next week, www.youtube.com/StoryDever. Please make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and ring the bell for notifications. All right. Until next time, y'all take it easy. Bye now.